Hi, hello, my name is Jess Bagnall and I'm one of the authors of the Down the Red Rabbit Hole anthology. We have three books so far, and I have two which I'm in, the Red Riding Hood one and the Hansel and Gretel one. And today I wanted to talk about Hansel and Gretel. So these books came this morning. They have been released for about 4 or 5 months now, and I received these little beauties this morning, which I am super excited about. I've already done a box reveal. If you want to have a look at that, check the videos. The links will be in the description below. But today I wanted to talk about Hansel and Gretel. This little beauty started as a poem called Hansel's Sister. Basically, they were cast out like the original story. Most of my Twisted Tales stick around the original story, and certain parts are twisted and made more horrific. So they were in the forest, and Hansel's sister has a secret, and she's one of the monsters that are eating people and haunting it and just all around making the forest a horrible, horrible place. Now, there are stories which mentions in the poem that there's a witch that lives in the heart of it that fattens the children up with sweets, just like the original. This one, it's more revolved around Hansel and how he feels about losing his entire family. And I'll not say too much because I need you to read the story, buy the book, read the story, make up your own mind. But in this one, Hansel's the fighter. Hansel has lost everyone and everything, and he has one person that took him in, which is a doctor, and he thinks the world of him, so of course he'll do anything for him, which leads him into a lot of trouble. It's also an outlet for his abuse, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to give away too much, but yeah, he has one person that he can rely on in this, but in my poem he relies on his sister, who happens to be one of the monsters who he looks after but runs away from because she's one of the monsters. It was the fastest story that I have written. I had a lot of trouble with Red Riding Hood because it was a zombie apocalyptic, which I will do another video about on this one. But this one, I don't know, this one came together so easily for me so quickly, and I couldn't sleep the night that I finished this, and I think I finished over half of the story in one night because I couldn't sleep, just because I kept thinking over and over and over again on how I can make this poem better and how I can make it bigger, and how it just all fell into place and it all just clicked into one magnificent piece. And I actually have a lot of fun writing this one. I had to research poisoned plants. So here in England we have the Alnwick Castle, and in Alnwick we have the Alnwick Gardens, and Alnwick Gardens is home to the biggest poison plant collection that I know exists. I mean, if you know any other bigger ones, please feel free to correct me. But I called them and I asked them, and they had a literature in their store about plants and everything that's in their gardens. So I had to come together with this information, trying to make something that would poison, paralyze, and kill these creatures, these reapers that were in this story, but not just kill them because the doctor wanted to study them. So I had to try and create my own paralytic poison, and in order to not kill the beast straight away. The other thing with this was the whole point. I called it the reapers within. I know people tend to think that a reaper is someone who comes to collect you after death. They are death themselves, but they create the death. But in this, they're not the collectors. The hunters are the collectors of evil. They are the collectors of death. So the reapers get reaped, and I just thought that was very a very clever spin on death. So yes, this is Hansel and Gretel, this is Red Riding Hood, and this is for the Down the Rabbit Hole anthology. If you want it, click the links below, buy a copy, read it. There are 7 different stories in this one, and there are, I think, about 15 in this one. I'll double check that later on and I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. But everything will be in the links below. Don't forget to subscribe, click that bell button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And please feel free to buy the book. See you in the next one.